All important decisions are made over a cup of coffee. This is the slogan 1 Million Cups, a global initiative that gathers startup entrepreneurs and investors on one platform. The peculiarity of the event is that participants discuss business ideas in an informal setting in a coffee shop. According to the format of the meeting, which is organized in Kazakhstan by the business incubator MOST, 3 teams talk about their projects to experts and potential investors. And those, in return, evaluate them and give their recommendations. Today's meeting is dedicated to the topic of tourism. Therefore, startups present their ideas only in this direction. The developers of the site Office 8-Point Case were the first one to present. This service will help to find commercial real estate without intermediaries, including to business travelers. We earn on rewards. That is, the publication of ads on the site is completely free for people who are looking for offices. For buyers, everything is also free. We monetize the business at the expense of property owners. They pay a certain percentage of one monthly rent payment. For successful development, the portal needs 37 million tenge, which will be mastered in the next 2 years. They will also be spent on expanding the company's staff, as well as on finalizing the web resource and marketing. The second platform for the development of tourism in the Republic, presented within the framework of the 1 Million Cups, is called Get Tour. This includes accommodation in recreation centers, motels, and rest homes. For tours, we give the opportunity to pay and book rooms. For holiday homes, there is a separate functionality with an integrated CPM system, where you can manage the schedule, keep track of available and occupied rooms, change the description, upload photos. That is, our service solves problems for both customers and service providers. And this startup, LetShareTrip.com, plans to launch tours throughout Central Asia. We decided to create such a platform where a person can do everything on his own, especially if he is a traveler. He can choose a tour, choose a date on the calendar, choose a place in the car where he wants to sit. Maybe he prefers to sit at the front, in the back, or in the middle, and choose a fellow traveler. According to the founders of the platform, today they need investments in the amount of 80 million tenge. 70% of this amount will go to the promotion and brand awareness. The remaining 30% is for administrative expenses. By the way, no matter how strange it may sound, investors were interested not only in the financial component of the projects. The main disadvantages are that they do not sell themselves. They need no personal history. Why did they come to this project? What are their basic skills? What experience do they have? Why they can precisely succeed in this project? But I like that they have a fire in their eyes. They came to get some feedback, and this is admirable. In 2018, the government of Kazakhstan approved the tourist card of the Republic, which included 62 popular recreation places for Kazakhstan citizens and foreign guests. At these sites, the infrastructure will be updated or completely rebuilt from scratch. In the next few years, large financial resources will be invested in this area. For startups, this is a good opportunity to realize ideas along with the state. Apple has acquired Asai, which analyzes tracks on music streaming platforms for $100 million. Service algorithms allow you to predict which performers will be popular. Buying Asai will help Apple Music compete with Spotify, the leader in this field. Last month, Apple completed the purchase of the Shazam music recognition service, which will also help the company to more successfully operate in the core market. Novartis acquired the manufacturer of anti-cancer drugs Endocyte for $2.1 billion. Under the terms of the contract, the Swiss pharmaceutical manufacturer will pay $24 for each share of the startup, which is about 1.5 times higher than the quotes for the last closing of the auction. Thanks to this news, the price of Endocyte securities soared by 50%. The Novartis capitalization reached $216 billion. Talented employees are the main source of profit for any company. Great ideas, ambitious goals, and a popular brand are just words if there is no good teamwork behind them. Therefore, such a science as talent management comes to the forefront of modern recruiting. We see that today the requirement of the employer towards the employee is, above all, the ability to lead people, inspire them for some really interesting and worthwhile things. That is, to enable their work to work not just for food, but for the sake of a common idea. So that people come to work and understand why they come here, what for, and that everything they do is beneficial for them and the country. Recently, Kazakhstan launched the first domestic talent management platform, Top HR. The program consists of 12 modules. They include a large number of metrics, looking at which a manager can track the performance of the subordinates and create an individual development plan for them. The talent management methodology is a system that allows you to motivate your staff as much as possible, engage them and interest them in treating a business as if it was their own. Even if a person is in a large organizational structure, this methodology allows you to find the most talented people in the market within the organization, and also it will help a person to move up the career ladder. The main customers of this service are commercial enterprises with more than 300 employees. As a rule, they are in a tough competitive field. Therefore, they need a tool that will allow to reach a large number of people in order to engage them in business. The functional part of the platform is the integrated solution that covers the entire life cycle of employees. This is the so-called H2R, high to retire, starting from the moment they enter the company and ending with their dismissal. And this covers such activities as recruiting, adaptation, evaluation, performance management, career management, and so on.
Recruiting, адаптация, оценка, управление эффективностью, управление карьерой и так далее.
The project is monetized at the expense of a monthly subscription. This is a modern model that is used by many companies. The subscription price is fixed, but it varies on the number of connected modules.
Мы понимаем, что фактор цены является критическим для наших подписчиков, для наших клиентов.
We understand that the price factor is critical for our subscribers. Therefore, we have built a financial plan so that the price of our services is within 1% of the cost and staff for the company. We think it is affordable. Today, the founders of the talent management service are testing their product on the first major Kazakhstan customers. After the system is tested, it is scaled to other countries of Central Asia, as well as to Russia, Georgia, Armenia, and Ukraine. Maxim Barishev, the founder of the largest consulting company for accountants in Kazakhstan. Especially for his team, Maxim built the first eco-office in the republic.
Мы инвестируем в свои офисы так, как хотим, чтобы люди работали в них, а не дома. Работа на дому в течение полноценного рабочего дня является проблемой.
We invest in our offices because we want people to work within its walls, not at home. Working at home during a full-time working day is a problem that can spread throughout the company and take away the life from a workplace. How Google Works by Eric Smith and Jonathan Rosenberg. This book is about how to build a future company and how people work in a global company. This book teaches how to create large companies and work in them. A very interesting thesis of the author that when working as a team, it should consist of a certain number of people who together can easily share 2 pizzas. That is, the team should consist of no more than 5 people. This is the cell in which the creative work itself takes place. I also adhere to this rule, and when we are developing some new innovative products, we divide into groups of 5 to 6 people. Small groups are able to create international projects.
написано в этой книге правильно, о том, что небольшие группы, они способны создавать глобальные, огромные проекты. Эту книгу я рекомендую прочитать всем бизнесменам от начала до конца.
I recommend reading this book to all businessmen, from micro businesses to medium to large, because it provides knowledge of how to develop and become the best in your sector. Vertical farming is also called the agriculture of the future. The unusual way of cultivating plants allows not only growing fresh greens, but also selling it for good money. And Kazakhstan entrepreneurs have every opportunity to reproduce this technology and implement it. The startup of Zertis, which popularizes city farming in the Republic, will help domestic farmers with this issue. The essence of the project is in groundless technologies and in growing plants. It is hydroponic and aeroponic. These are the technologies that allow plants to grow and not depend on external factors, that is, on nature, and get environmentally friendly organic fruits and vegetable greens all year round. Today, the agricultural project works in 4 directions. The first is the creation of mini greenhouses. The second is to equip schools with such devices so that biology lessons can be as productive as possible. Within the framework of the third direction, the builders introduce home module units that may be of interest to existing businessmen as well. I have my own business, not a big one, which brings me a steady income. But I would like to diversify my business in order to somehow protect it if this trend will stop being popular and even for the soul. That business was a necessity for me at that time. And now it turned into a serious production. I would like to do this as a hobby. The fourth vector of development of this innovative company is courses on the basis of hydroponics and aeroponics. They allow you to systemize theoretical material and fix it on practical exercises. We practiced in planting plants, and we received a lot of information on pesticides, on room equipment, how to moisten, how to supply heat, how to apply carbon dioxide. Everything was interesting, and I think that we will receive quite a lot of useful information ahead. In fact, it is not difficult to grow something with the help of groundless technologies. It is necessary to place the seeds of the culture in a special solution, saturated with fertilizers and vitamins, and after, periodically pollinate them with a nutrient fluid for normal growing season. Such technology is relevant for Kazakhstan. Despite the fact that we have a lot of land, it is not fruitful, unfortunately. In addition, Kazakhstan is a country with a shortage of water resources. By the way, not everyone knows that. Therefore, water-saving and, in general, resource-saving technologies for Kazakhstan are as relevant as for Japan. The market for consumption of fresh greens in Kazakhstan is difficult to estimate. It is easier to identify it in the city of Almaty, where there are about 3,400 cafes and restaurants. Each of them buys about half a kilogram of plants for preparing salads every day. As a result, it turns into 1,700 kilograms. This is a very large amount of parsley, arugula, and basil, which local producers cannot yet provide. Young programmers from Kazakhstan won the NASA competition. Timur Rizbekov, Vladislav Polosky, and Anastasia Klishcheva developed a quantum generator and a unique robot that can collect data near volcanoes or on asteroids. They presented their innovations at the NASA Space Apps Challenge competition. This is an international competition aimed at exploring space and Earth. This year, 25,000 people from almost 70 countries of the world, including the USA, China, and India, took part in the championship. In Kazakhstan, the Kangaroo Jumps franchise was launched. Kangaroo Jumps. The main feature of this type of fitness is spring boots, which were developed in 1994 by Canadian orthopedic surgeon Gregory Lakeman. With their help, grueling workouts turn into a fun pastime. According to the founders of the project, training and running in these shoes can burn 30% more calories than during classes in regular shoes.